What is up, guys? It's TheGreatWall back at it again with another video. Today we are here with another career savior video. Today we are with the Braves. I know what you're thinking. What failed prospect or failed future card, stars card do they have? It's actually a player from a different team. It is Jared Kelenic from Seattle. Um, as you guys can see here, he had 99 future stars card in MLB The Show 21. I'm pretty sure it was. Um, and to say that he failed to live up to the hype would be an understatement and a half. Once one of the highest touted prospects came in, I'm pretty sure he hit a walk off to send them to the playoffs or keep them in the final. Whatever he did, I know he had a walk off of some sorts to keep the Mariners' hopes alive or something, and then just fell off. Never really turned out the way he was supposed to. Had a decent year his last year in Seattle, and then kind of failed to do anything else. So that being said, we also have to do our random number generator. It's gonna be 7. So he has 7 wheel spins to make it happen. I am adding a new rule. It is gonna be that every video I have one skip on the wheel. I'm allowed to remove anything that comes up if I don't want it, one time. So for our first spin, show me something. Plus 10 attributes, we're gonna take. That's a good-ish start. I just realized that I did not change his potential, so I'm gonna change his potential to 99. I'm gonna add 10 attributes, and then we're gonna sim his first year. All right, so it did take Kelenic up to a 72. We kind of just spread it out around his hitting stats. Decent first little spin. Obviously, it isn't insane or anything, but it's a good start. So, that being said, we're gonna sim. Maybe he gets called up, or maybe he gets sent down to the minors. Maybe he stays up in the MLB, but we will see. Hopefully, he can get some playing time. So yeah, I'll see you guys at the All Star break. All right, we're at the All Star break. The Braves are in third. They have a decent record. I'm guessing Jared Kelenic has not done much of anything. Yeah, he has 47 at bats, played in 15 games, and he's hitting 150. So his attributes are going up a ton. He's up to a 75, which is good. Um, just kind of hope he can get some more game time throughout the year and maybe hit the ball a little bit more. But that being said, I'll see you guys at the end of the year, and we'll see how he finishes. All right, the Braves missed out on the playoffs. The season's over. How did he finish the season? Okay, he's up to 76, which is good. He's up 5 in his first year. He hit 194, no home runs. But he did hit a lot better in the second half than he did in the first half. So, that being said, this is going to be a negative .64 season. He's at negative point WAR over his or negative .1 WAR over his career. But hopefully this offseason we can get him a spin that's either going to make him good or get him on a new team. Either one of those will be good. That being said, let's get to the offseason and see what we can do for him. Alright, we're back with another season. Kelenic is still a 76 overall. Let's get another spin in here. Remember, I still have my one skip. Let's see what we get. Steal an attribute. That is perfect. That is actually perfect. I'm going to go find an attribute to steal, and then we're going to go steal it. So, yeah. Alright, Brendan Donovan does have 99 contact. Jared Kelenic has 59, so I'm going to steal this. We're going to drop it down to a 59. Yeah, and then we're going to give Jared Kelenic his 99 contact versus righties, which I think will definitely turn him into at least an everyday player, especially against righties. So, yeah, that being said, it is not going to move him up to one of the best players on the team, but it is going to make him an 82, which I think is going to make him an everyday player, hopefully. So, yeah, that being said, hopefully he can get some more game time. His team doesn't have really a bona fide DH, so maybe one of these two guys. But hopefully he can get at least some type of game time over Jerks and Profar. So that being said, let's sim to the All-Star break and see how he does. All right, we're at the Home Run Derby. The Braves have run away with the NL East. Let's see how our guy is doing. All right, he's hitting 242. He isn't getting. I mean, he's actually getting starter game time. I don't know why they traded for Evan Carter. 9 home runs. He's hitting 242. How's he doing defensively? Not great defensively. Only a .8 WAR to start the year, so he's not going to be an all-star. But I think this is a good kind of bounce back year so far. Let's see how he finishes out the year. Um, he's only up to an 83. I need him to start growing more. Going down 5 versus lefties is not ideal. So, yeah, that being said, hopefully we can finish out the year strong and he can get something to help him. So, yeah. All right, the Braves have won the division. How did Jared Kelenic do? In the second half, he's up to 266. His contact versus lefties is getting crushed though. His discipline went up 11 though. Clutch went up a few. Everything went up a few except for that contact versus lefties. 18 home runs, most home runs in a season, 4 triples. I mean, this has been his best year so far. 266. How is his defense? Abysmal. I mean, 1.7 WAR. It's not great, but it's a start. It's a trend in the right direction that we are looking for. So, that being said, let's see how they do in the playoffs. Okay, they're going to be moving on to take on the Dodgers, where they're going on to the World Series against Cleveland, and they lose in a Game 7 that is so painful. Gleyber Torres was the playoff MVP. Jared Kelenic, I really needed that to be you. That is unfortunate. How did Jared Kelenic do in the World Series? Honestly, he didn't do too terribly. He was what? Let's see. Over 3, 1 for 7, 3 for 12, 3 for 13, 1 for 18. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, he gave them his all for that Game 7. Just couldn't get it done. That being said, let's get through the offseason. Let's get him another spin. I need something that's going to help that contact versus lefties. So, yeah, we got to get something good here. All right, another year, another spin. I need something that's going to give him that contact versus lefties. I want to turn him into a contact on-base merchant. Give me something good. Add a goat. You know what? I am going to take this. It's not necessarily going to help him, but he's still young. He's still going to grow on his own. But I think adding a GOAT to this team is going to make them hopefully win a World Series. So I'm going to go find a player to turn into the GOAT. All right, the GOAT we added is Matthew Curtis. He was already here. I made him a two-way GOAT because I thought that would be the best for us, like help-wise. So yeah, hopefully he can carry us to a World Series. But that being said, I will see you guys at the All-Star break to see how Jared Kelenic is doing. All right, we are at the All-Star break. How is our guy doing? Obviously, Matthew Curtis is elite. Yeah. But let's see how our main man, not James Wood. Oh man, why is he so low? Oh my god, he's only played in 196 games. He's hitting 301. We need to get him. We need to get him. We need to get some of these other left fielders out of here so we can start every game. But that being said, he's having a phenomenal season. He just needs to play more. Yeah, he's going up a ton. He's up to an 86, but only playing 56 games when most of these other guys are in the 70s or the 80s. It's killing his growth. So we either need to get him out of here or we need to get rid of some of these left fielders. So that being said, let's get to the end of the season and see what we can do to help them. All right, the Braves win the division after a phenomenal second half. I might have done something that most people might frown upon. I moved Jerickson Profar to shortstop, and I moved Evan Carter to center field, where he's better than Michael Harris. Jared Kelenic played in 104 games. He hit 302 and 19 home runs. If he would have played a whole season, might be conversations for some awards. But this is a great season, great step in the right direction. He's up to an 88. He can hit lefties a little bit now. But let's go see how they do in the playoffs. Don't think he led the league in anything. Matthew Curtis did, though. This might be the greatest season of all time. Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, Hank Aaron, All-Star, and a batting title. How did he not win MVP? Who won MVP over him? Like, respectfully. Oh, that's not the right thing. Forgot there was more. Respectfully, who won MVP? You're telling me Shohei Ohtani wins MVP over the guy who won literally everything else. Literally everything else. Like seriously. Shohei Ohtani isn't even on this list. So Matthew Curtis wins the Cy Young, the Hank Aaron, but somehow isn't the MVP. SDS, fix that for next year, please, because Shohei Ohtani, I mean, he had a good year, but he wasn't better than Curtis, so. That being said, though, let's see how they do in the playoffs. They get sent home by the Padres. All right, we need something that's going to help turn Jared into an elite left fielder. So, that being said, let's get through the offseason, and then let's get him another spin. All right, we are here for another year, and Jared Kelenic is finally near the top. He's still an 88, but let's see what type of spin we're going to get here. I need something. I need like a plus 50 or a plus 100 or max an attribute. I need something along those lines. Plus 100 attributes. That is what I'm talking about. Jared Kelenic is about to be a stud. So I'm going to go upgrade him, and then I will show you guys what I did. Alright, Jared Kelenic moves up to a 99 already. Just for everyone's sake, I will do the math on this for you guys. 39 plus 29 plus 26. Oh, it only equals 94. I have 4 more points to use. So we're going to upgrade him a little bit more. Or 6 more points. So we're going to upgrade him to a 90. Alright. And now we are good to go. Should I put some of it to clutch? Maybe. But respectfully, I don't care. This is what we're doing. Just so you guys can see again, 39 plus 29 plus 32 equals 100, as you guys can see. So that being said, he's going to be elite, and hopefully he can stay elite. So that being said, I'll see you guys at the All-Star break, and it'll probably be the last time we stop there. So, yeah. Alright, we're at the Home Run Derby, and Jared Kelenic has 34 home runs by the All-Star break, hitting 332. Guessing that means he's an All-Star. Yeah, he's a starter out in left field. By how much, though? About 200,000 votes. His stats are going down a little bit, which kind of sucks because it is very early. But this is a contract year for him. So we got to hope that either he stays with the Braves or he signs to a good team. He's at 5.3 WAR at the midseason point. I think if he has 5 or 6 elite years like this, he might be a Hall of Fame candidate. I don't know yet. But that being said, let's finish out the year and see how he does. Alright, season's over. Braves just barely make it to the playoffs, which is kind of crazy. League leader Matthew Curtis. Jared Kelenic led in so many things, just not batting average, where he gets beat by Matthew Curtis. Had a little bit of a slow second half. His power number and his contact versus righties is going down. But 48 home runs, 305 average. Decent defensive year. Finishes with a 7.3 WAR. Wins an MVP, an All-Star, a Silver Slugger, and was a home run champion. That is a phenomenal season. He's up to 12 WAR on his career. 6 years in is not ideal, but better late than never. Let's see how they do in the playoffs. They get packed up by the Reds in the first round. I mean, come on. But he is a free agent potentially, so let's go see where he signs. Jared Kelenic goes to the Diamondbacks. Okay. I'm shocked, but he's there for 9 years unless we get a change random team or something like that. So that being said, yeah, he's on the Diamondbacks. So let's see how he does. All right, we're back. He's on the Diamondbacks. How many spins do I have left? Let's see. So we started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 3 spins left. This one will make it 2 more left. See what we can get here. What's 100 attributes for a teammate? Is that something that I want to do? You know, I think that is something that I want to do. So we're gonna do that. Jared Kelenic is already taken care of. I'm going to go find a teammate to add 100 attributes to. So, yeah. Alright, so we did add the attributes to Brent Dooley. As you can see, 20 across 5 stats is 100. So, hopefully he can help this team out. Jared Kelenic is stuck here for 9 years. Unless we get some sort of spin to get him out of here. But that being said, we're not going to be stopping at the All-Star break anymore. I will see you guys at the end of the year. Alright, the year's over. The Braves won 112 games without Jared Kelenic. Diamondbacks 191 and are in the playoffs. How did Mr. Jared do? Only hit 262. His stats are falling off a little bit. 44 home runs, though, will play. Yeah, just not an elite year like he had last year. Only a 5.1 WAR. 5 errors just isn't going to do it. Was a Silver Slugger, but didn't make an All-Star appearance, so guess he had a really bad first half and then a solid second half. Yeah. That being said, though, let's see how they do in the playoffs. I mean, the Braves should win it all with 112 wins. And they get packed up. So, that being said, I will see you guys next year. He has 2 spins left. We need something that's going to help him, I think, defensively, or something that's going to help his other hitting stats. So, that being said, we're just going to finish this off. We're going to go to the next year, and then I'll see you there. All right, we're back with another year. They added Andrew Abbott and Paul Skeens to this team, neither of which were here last year, so good offseason for them. But that being said, we have 2 spins left. Still have my skip in my pocket, which is good. What are we going to get, though? Change team. This is where I'm going to skip. This is going to be my skip. So, that being said, what are we going to get? Change position. Okay, it's not the most ideal, but it is what it is. So we're going to switch his position and then see how he does. So, yeah. Alright, I did move Jared Kelenic to center. So, yeah, let's see how he can do out here. He's a lefty, so there's really not many positions I could have moved him to. So, that being said, let's go ahead and sim the season and see how he does. Alright, season's over. Diamondbacks won 111 games, so I'm just going to go straight to awards. Corbin Carroll wins the MVP over Jared Kelenic, who had a good year, but not... I mean, yeah, he had an elite year. 40 home runs, 278 batting average. Just can't get above that 900 very often. Fielding was not good, but he got a 6.8 WAR season. Yeah. Did he win any awards? He was a Silver Slugger, but other than that, no. That being said, how do they do in the playoffs? He needs to add some sort of hardware to his cabinet here this year, and they get packed up. He only has 1 spin left, so that being said, I'll see you guys once the next season starts. Alright, this is our final spin of the video. We still have add generational talent, trade spotlight player, 50 attributes, max an attribute, steal a group, 1 force trade, and 25 attribute. There's 4 good options, 3 not good options. Give me something good. Max an attribute is perfect. So that being said, we're going to max an attribute for him, and then we'll go year by year for the next couple years, and then we'll sim out the rest of his career. So, that being said, I'm going to go max an attribute, and then we'll get into it. Alright, so the attribute that I did max was vision. He has a lot of strikeouts, which is not ideal. It was between that and fielding. I think the vision is going to be what's going to help him the most. So yeah, that being said, we're going to sim the year, see how they do. And then after that, it's just going to be whenever he does something. So, yeah. Alright, the season is over. Diamondbacks won 101 games. Jared Kelenic, 3rd for MVP. Not even... Wow, the Braves are just an elite team. I don't know how they keep doing this, but they're insane. This Matthew Curtis guy is going to probably go down as the GOAT. 26 WAR pitching. 35 hitting, and he's only been around for like 6 years. So... That being said, how did Jared Kelenic do with his final wheel spin? Don't know why I'm going around in a circle. He goes down, his vision drops, but the strikeout numbers are way down. His average is up, his on-base percentage is up, his slugging's up. He's finally over that 900 mark. 35 home runs, that 251 in his career, 1,200 hits, 7 WAR season. So he won another Silver Slugger and was an All-Star, which is good. Honestly, if he can have this little stretch probably one more time, he'll be a Hall of Famer. I think he just needs to hit that 2,500 hit mark, about 350, maybe 400 home runs, and then in the low thousands with runs, RBIs, and yeah, he should be fine. Honestly, he might be pretty much a lock as long as he stays relevant for the next 5-6 years. So, that being said, from here on out, I will just be simming his career after this playoff run, of course. Almost forgot about that. And I'll only be stopping unless they're like about to win the World Series, which I don't think is gonna happen. But he needs to win at least one, or at least get some sort of playoff MVP. But that being said, I will see you guys whenever he does something. So yeah, Jared Kelenic gets his MVP. That is beautiful. Third for the batting title. Wins the Hank Aaron too. Did he win anything else? He was an All-Star, home run champion, and a Silver Slugger. I think he's definitely on a Hall of Fame trajectory at this point. 9.4 WAR season. He's at 50.4 WAR at 32 years old. Stats are going down, but they're still good enough to where he's going to have at least 2 or 3 more great years. That being said, let's go to the playoffs. I have a great feeling about this year, so yeah. Switch over to this team. They smoke Miami, taking on my Braves, and they smoke the Braves. Can they win a World Series against Cleveland? They can. So who wins the awards? We do need Jared Kelenic, Walker Jenkins. Jared, you needed to show up, man. That's all right though. He gets his World Series. So that being said, I will see you guys when he retires. Alright, I know I said I was going to the end, but the Diamondbacks just won the World Series in an insane playoff run. They swept the Pittsburgh Pirates, went down 0-2 against the Cardinals, and then won 3 straight. Went down 3-1 to the Rockies, and then won 3 straight. And then, I mean, it was a 3-2 series, but then they went on and beat Chicago. God, I hate that. Second time I've done that. Christian Campbell wins World Series MVP. Jared Kelenic wins postseason MVP. He's going down a lot. But yeah, that being said, I think he has a couple more years left in him. So I'll see you guys in a few years. Alright, so Jared Kelenic has finally retired. I dropped his stats. He played one more year and that was it. So 40 years old, 17 years pro, had a hell of a career. 2,368 hits, 469 home runs, 1,443 RBIs. He played in a total of 2,330 games, which is insane. Over 1,000 walks, 1,300 runs, a lot of strikeouts, not as many walks. 153 stolen bases. Didn't have a great stolen base line, but 268, 347, 496 for a career total of an 843 OPS. 10,000 plate appearances, which is insane. Not the greatest fielder, 984, but 83.1 WAR. Did amazing there. He won a ton of awards, 3 MVPs, a Hank Aaron, 6-time All-Star, 7-time Silver Slugger, 3-time home run champion, 1-time playoff MVP. So he did finish off with an 83.1 WAR, which is the highest for our career savior video so far. He passes Keibert Ruiz, who had an 80.3, and Keibert made it into the Hall. All-time, let's see where Mr. Kelenic finishes on the all-time just hitters and players list. Wow, Barry Bonds is 4th. He had an 83.1, which puts him right above Mike Mussina, right under John Clarkson at number 60. Phenomenal career. And then for the hitters, he's going to be in the top 50. He finishes right above Rod Carew, right below Ken Griffey Jr. Hell of a career. But now the moment we've all been waiting for. Will Mr. Jared Kelenic be a Hall of Famer? He better. Jared Kelenic is a Hall of Famer. He gets in with the Diamondbacks. Acuna, Devers, and Judge also in this class. Phenomenal career from all 4 of these guys. Jared Kelenic, a Hall of Famer. Who would have thought? Yeah, but that being said, that is going to be it for this one. We have another smashing success. We turned Jared Kelenic into what he was supposed to be. So that being said, thank you guys as always for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and peace.